Hey guys, my name is Rob Noire, and welcome back to Yooka-Laylee. I bet after having seen the finale on the last episode I did, you weren't expecting me back, were you? But like I mentioned in the finale, there was a giant update for the game in the works. I couldn't wait any longer because I had to get that episode out. Like, I had a schedule, I wanted the game to run non-stop until it finished, and I couldn't wait any longer. But now, like a couple weeks to a month, I'd say 3 weeks to a month after I finished, they put out the update, the Spit and Polish update that we were all waiting for on the consoles. And so I'm coming back for a bonus episode to kind of dive into this thing. If you're wondering why I'm doing this, it's because I went into this game having a shit ton of fun. I really enjoyed it. But as the game went on, I kind of had increasingly less fun because of some of the problems in the game. And I felt like, to an extent, I kind of ended up shitting on the game without meaning to or wanting to. Because I do think there's a really good game in there. It just kind of got bogged down by a lot of the problems and the issues. And so this big update was designed based on player feedback and even based on feedback of the update of this version they put on the PC. This one was later, so they could include that. It's just supposed to make it an all-around better experience to play. So because I shat on the game, I'm like, I want to go back, I want to see if they've fixed a lot of the problems that I've had. Because if they have, then a lot of my critique is now outdated. So we're going to give this a go. I gotta adjust this here a bit. And this would be the first episode of any series I've ever done of like this style, where I'm going back and I'm kind of critiquing what they've done. And the reason, well, I just explained the reason, but I'm curious. So there's supposed to be, the big thing was they have a less assisted camera mode. So the place that I had the biggest issues with the camera had to have been Casino. Oh, okay. And that's another thing. I didn't really feel this was necessary. That's another cool thing they've added. They've added signs to point you where the next world is, because apparently people had difficulty finding the worlds. I didn't really find that this was a problem, but it's like, okay, so they added some shit. Oh, it's gonna take you through. Okay. Like, I didn't really find that was a problem, but I guess some people did, so it's cool that they... Fuck, I gotta remember how to play. I always had problems remembering all the abilities. Oh, and that's something. Moves and info. They added a list of all your moves to make life easier for you. So I need to turn invisible. How are they not getting sued for that music? That's so Banjo-Kazooie. I guess that's Grant Kirkhope at his best. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, it's left trigger and B. Oh god, that was awesome. All right. There we go. And so I'm going to go to the casino where I can do that. And another thing was that they improved that invisible move. So I think the casino would be a good place to test that out too. So we'll start there. And so another thing worth pointing out, especially about this world here, which is the one that the most people seem to have problems with, is that they're supposed to have fixed the majority of the glitches and issues with this world, like missing tokens and all that. Now if you have the tonic to find rare shit, it's supposed to really improve its ability to track tokens, and if you have a glitch token, you can come back. So this is the area where I had the most issues in the game. Oh my god. The camera didn't just fuck me over. You know how it fucking zoomed out before? So I could totally get the quills if they were there with this new... Okay, so they've improved the camera. So no question there. That was the biggest issue, if you remember. Maybe I'll put a clip of the problems I had with that area. I mean, there are flaws. Oh, like that. That's absolutely a flaw. Oh, holy fuck. This is horrible. Jesus Christ. But they've basically tweaked the camera so it doesn't force so much shit on you, which is kind of really appreciated. Now, they're supposed to have fixed one of the glitches that I discovered, so I'm curious to try it out and see. So this is going to be a lot of me just figuring it out. figuring out what they've done. Can I say the fact that they've fixed these things, I really appreciate that. It shows that they're not just like moving on or abandoning the game, that they actually care. Is there a way to speed up? No, that's to detransform. No. Okay, I don't know how to speed up. But you know, it shows that they actually care. They're listening to what the people want. They've improved a bunch of the boss fights, apparently. And one of the things that they said they really improved was the arcade games, which I, for one, who grew to really hate the arcade games, speaking of, really appreciate. So I don't know, I had one of the Knights of Hamelot when I originally discovered this glitch I'm trying to pull off, but let's see if it'll do it at all. And if it is, then Platonic, man, you still got work to do. Oh, it still lets me go in. That's not a good sign. Oh, so by going in here and then leaving, I triggered a glitch before. So let's see. What do you guys think? I did have one of the Knights of Hamelot with me at the time, though. Okay, so it looks like that's fixed. Somebody will have to try it with the Knight of Hamelot just to confirm. But I was able to replicate that without it. Without the Knight, I do believe. So that's great. So let's try out, I think this was the first arcade game that I really hated. So let's see if there's any noticeable improvements. Actually, on second thought, let's go to where his arcade thing is set up and see if I notice any improvements there. And that might be a better tell, because I could try out a bunch of the arcade games and really give it a go. That's another thing, guys. I have no idea how long this episode's going to be. It could be 5 minutes, it could be an hour. Since they did this great thing for this game that I really did enjoy at the beginning, and I think I will enjoy a lot more now with all these fixes, I just wanted to showcase them, you know? It's a lot different than what I normally do. It's kind of like a review, but I just wanted to really have a look at it and see what they have to offer now that it's all been fixed. Oh, and actually, I just realized, oh, and they fixed that! Now when you go through a doorway, it automatically... Oh, fuck, I've got to kill these fucking bees. Now when you go through a doorway, it will turn so that you're facing the way you're going. It's not instant, but as opposed to facing like this, and then you can just walk right off into a cliff, it will face you like this, which is so much better, right? But I think I unlocked the tonic for beating the game, so I'm curious what that was. Oh, I'm missing pants, but I seem to have every other one. Is there anything good here? Oh, and I'm missing 64-bit. Oh, I'm not missing pants. I'm missing 64-bit. Oh, massively reduce your health for a tough challenge? I don't think I want to do that. What does athlete do? Oh, did I just... Oh, I just maxed the shit out of my energy bar, I guess. And then, let's see, pants. How do you unlock 64-bit? I feel like I've done... Oh, and now he's got boxers on. I feel like I 100%ed the game. I don't know what else there was to do. Let's go in here and let's pick an arcade game and let's give it a go. What was the worst one? Okay, so I went to a different arcade game because that one actually I remember wasn't that bad. This I think was the one I had the worst time with. So we're going to try this out. We're going to see if it's any better. I mean, I still expect and want a challenge. I just don't want it to be ridiculously frustrating, you know what I mean? And in the meantime, while I was waiting for everything to load, I looked up on online there to see about the 64-bit tonic, and it turns out that it just hasn't been released yet. That's why I don't have it. Just they're adding it in later, I guess, with alongside the robot loading exposition thing. It's probably going to be with that. Whoa. Oh yeah, I got to click. This is like the Flappy Bird clone. The problem I had with this one was that the moment you die, you lose all your quills and then you're fucked to get them back. So I'm curious if they fix that. I don't know what the tweaks would have been to this. I do feel like this is a fun game in its own right. I just feel like my issue with it was that all their arcade games are so long, you know what I mean? And the moment you die, you're just so kind of fucked. Oh, B, I almost thought you were Quill. That's it, like, they made the arcade games way longer, and way longer than actual arcade games were, because they just wanted your quarters, man. They did not extend the experience. So that was my main issue, so I'm curious on how this holds up to that. And when I die, which I'm sure I will, I'm curious on if they fixed the fact that you lose all your points and then you're screwed, or what's going on. They haven't, like, super fixed the arcade games. Personally, I don't find that's a deal breaker. These were always just kind of an extra thing in the game, you know what I mean? They weren't, I mean, it's like a completion thing, but if you don't care about being a completionist like Gerard, then it's not really, like, that big of a deal, I find. But who knows? Maybe they've even fixed things I was saying, and me hedging like that was kind of unnecessary. Who knows? I don't know how much they could do without changing the core game, though. That's the thing. Oh, fuck. Oh, yeah, they fixed it. When I died, I didn't lose a billion quills. They fixed the death thing. I think it was just like a penalty. I feel like the game... Actually, you know, I don't know. Yeah, see? I lose like a couple quills. Oh, I lost some quills. But I don't feel like I lost as much as I was losing before. Maybe someone can confirm that? I don't know. And I also feel like I had an easier time with the game. But that could be just because I'm not, in the words of Captain Kirk, I'm not emotionally compromised. You know what I mean? Like, 17-6... So the high score before was 14,200. That's, I guess, what I had to get. And I just got 17-6. They've improved it. They've made that much better. Like, at least in my opinion. From my limited knowledge here, it seems like they've done that better. No, I don't want to play again. And that's something else they've done that, for me, was never a big deal. It was just kind of weird. They've made it so that all the cutscenes are skippable and all the dialogue can be sped up by holding a button. Something that I feel was... It was a good touch to add. Like they said it was going to appease speedrunners, which, sure. But just, it was just kind of a weird thing. Like, when you're clicking to speed through text and it isn't speeding through, you're just kind of like, why isn't this doing a thing? You know what I mean? Fucking bees, man. Hey. Oh, it's because I got rid of my fucking super butt pound. Alright, I gotta run. Bye! I actually just realized I forgot to show off the way the new laser works. But I mean, you guys can figure it out. It's basically you crouch now, but it's basically you just turn invisible and you can redirect the laser. You don't have to crouch with no heads up that that's a thing, you know what I mean? So there's that, which is good. I was checking out, what else have they improved? There's been like various audio tweaks and all that. One of the things they mentioned was that they're supposed to have improved this. I don't know how I could really test out if they've improved the first person thing though. Maybe if I grab some of the flowers up there, it would... Oh, and the signs show from both sides. That's cool. Maybe if I grabbed like a fire flower, I'd be able to kind of zoom target a bit better. I guess let's try that out. I don't know. I don't know what they've improved with the first person. It feels kind of the same to me. I never had a huge issue with it. I just found it didn't respond quite as well as I needed it to. Other than that, I mean, they mentioned as well that they've improved a bunch of boss fights, but I don't think I can... Can you go back and do a boss fight after you've already beaten it? I don't know, guys. We'll check that out, and I guess that's where we're going to end it. Because I think I've gone through the majority of the stuff they've done, and pretty much all of it I've been a fan of. Yeah, that's what I thought. So it looks like Rampo is just... He's just gone. So I can't fight him again, unfortunately, to see if they've actually improved the boss fight. But I'll take them at their word based on the other stuff they've done. Like, I imagine they have. I know a lot of people complained about it. I found Inept was just as bad as well. But yeah, guys, I guess that's where we're going to end this bonus episode. I mean, I feel like they fixed all the major gameplay issues that I had, like the camera, skipping the cutscenes, the unclear moves, just all this stuff that I had issues with. As in terms of the core game, I feel like it's a lot of fun. I do feel like their design choice for making like the collectibles, like the quills, hidden instead of actually like an aspect, a thing that leads you to areas. I do feel like that was not the correct design choice for a collectathon. But again, that was just their decision. I don't feel like that really impacts the game unless you're going for 100% completion. But if you are, then get the tonic that will track the last 20-30 quills for you, and it makes life easier. It was kind of their way of going around that issue. So yeah, guys, honestly, I feel like the game now, with these improvements as I've played it, is probably the version of the game that we were all excited and hoping for. I mean, it's still not a perfect game. And I don't want anybody to ever assume. There's very few perfect games. I couldn't name any off the top of my head, to be honest. Even Skyrim has like a bunch of glitches and bugs, and you know, it's not for everyone. But it's definitely, oh, that's a cool view to end it on. It's definitely a good game. I had a lot of fun, and actually knowing about these updates kind of makes me want to go back and play it through again. Like, jumping into it right now was a lot of fun coming back to this game. I'm sure at some point in the future I will play it again. Maybe when they release the tonic, I'll do another bonus episode. Oh, I know there's a co-op mode, but I don't know how that would work. That might be interesting too. I don't know, guys. If you want to see more of this game, let me know, and I'll bring it back at some point in some form. But yeah, it's definitely fun. It's definitely worth picking up. If you can wait for the Switch version, I'm sure that's going to be amazing playing this game on the go, like a 90s platformer when you're on the fucking bus or whatever. I'm sure that will be just a fucking joy to play. And the Switch version is going to have all these updates. But it's great to know that the developers are listening to the fan base, improving the game, trying to give the fans the game that they want, and they haven't just like abandoned this and moved on to the next thing, you know what I mean? And there is supposed to be DLC and other stuff down the line, so that could be cool as well. But yeah, guys, I feel like I've rambled on long enough. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope this was informative and maybe offset some of the negativity in some of my later episodes. And yeah, as always, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Hey guys, my name is Rob Noire, and welcome to what is probably the finale of Yooka-Laylee. So I have made a lot of progress in this game, and, well, you may or may not know this, but a long time ago on the channel I did a playthrough of this game, Honeycam, or Honeycam, however you want to pronounce it.